Hello, this video is for FIU, Senior Project of the Computer Science Program, undergrad class of Spring 2019. I am your host, Rodolfo Marrero. Before we begin, in today's topic, let's show you my contact information in case you have questions about what we're going to be discussing today. In case you have questions about the project in general, please contact the product owner and project mentor, Dr. Masoud Sejadi. Today's agenda is withdrawing money from the investor account, from the EFORT account. Stripe Connect, why we're using Stripe Connect, to show you a real quick demo and the possible improvements to this process. So let's go on Stripe Connect real quick and discuss about what it is. Stripe Connect, according to the Stripe system, is a platform for processing payments on the Stripe platform. So what this means is, if you want to have an account and that account have sub-accounts, you will use Stripe Connect. Think about Lyft, for example. Lyft is a company, right? And every single driver will have their own payment processing within the Lyft company itself. So Lyft manages to do this using Stripe Connect. They create a main account and every driver is a sub-account within that. And that way they can move money to and from and charge whatever money they need to charge. Now, to withdraw money from somebody's account, you don't need to go through all this trouble, right? You can just do an ACH charge with the bank information. That's why we did the implementation with Play. So you don't need any of that. However, when you're going to deposit money on somebody's account, then things get tricky. I assume because of taxes and regulation, right? But I'm not too sure on that. Now, I looked everywhere on the Stripe system and the only way to do it using Stripe is using Stripe Connect. So why Stripe Connect? Is because I didn't find any other way of depositing money into somebody's account that is not connected to your own. You can do transfers, you can do payouts, but the payout API is to withdraw money from your own bank account. So unless you can, magically, add bank accounts into your Stripe thing and then do payouts, that's not going to work. So you need to use Stripe Connect. So let me show you how it works on the EFORT project, and then we'll talk about, possible improvements and whatnot. So here's an account that, a user login that has a primary account, which is, the primary account for this, where we keep the money to invest. We have an external account, which is where we withdraw money from and add it to the primary account. And then, we need a Stripe account using Stripe Connect to be able to withdraw money from the primary account, right? So let me click on this button. What this will do is that it will take me to Stripe. And then on Stripe, I can log in if I have a Stripe account. And if I don't, I can just create a new account. So because I'm using the fiu.edu account, I'm just going to log in with a separate account. And then it's going to ask me to fill out some data. So this can be customized, and we'll talk about that in the future. But basically, this is asking you for all of the information that I assume Stripe needs to be able to process taxes effectively with Uncle Sam, right? So because this is on the development mode, you don't need to fill out any of this information. That's quite lengthy. So it can be improved in the future, but this, gives some burden. Put some burden into the development, and because we were time constrained, and also because there is extra cost involved with it, I didn't go into the more customized, more user-friendly route. So if you're a regular customer, a regular investor that wants to withdraw money, you simply fill out this form, which is quite long, I understand, but this authorizes us to manage their account and therefore, transfer money from one place to another. So let's skip this for now. So when I click the button, this brought us to this dead page right here. But this is because I guess they broke their configuration. I just looked into the webhook, and the webhook is supposed to take us here. So unless I misconfigure it somewhere, maybe in the connect settings, let's take a look real quick. Maybe I just misconfigured it on the connect settings, and that's why it's taking me there. It's been doing that today. Let's see. Oh, yeah. No, it's my fault. I didn't break anything. It's me, I think. Yeah. Let me see how I can edit this. allow me to update the URL. Can I update the URL? Yeah, okay, add URL. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I broke this and I was blaming them, but it's not them. So every time that you, let me delete this. So every time that you basically start a new session, you need to start ngrok again. So I guess I didn't configure this one properly. So let's assume, that this worked, and then, all it is just a change on the URL. And what this will do is that will link both accounts together, right? So now that the accounts are linked, we can withdraw money. You can see that the Stripe is a Stripe Connect account, and you can withdraw money from your primary account into that account. So let's see if that works properly this time. So let's say we want to add money. Well, this looks a bit retarded since it's using this ngrok URL, and I guess this flashing thing is on the top. Let me see. Let me go back here. Okay. Well, refresh. Okay, there we go. So let's withdraw money, right, from this account. So withdraw. It looks a little bit nicer than the other one. I don't know why the cookies thing was on the top, but it shouldn't show like that. Anyways, let's add money. Let's add $10. The previous transaction that I did was with $5, so watch the balance right here. That needs to change to 149, and we'll show on Stripe that it records a $10 transaction. Withdraw balance, and says that the funds were withdrawn correctly. Now, in the past, this didn't work because by default, this API tries to remove money from a credit card. So by updating that information, you see that it was updated. By updating that information on the API and saying, hey, I want to remove money from the bank account, and adding some money to that test bank account, I was able to get this to work. So let me show you real quick. Let's go back here and let's go into the balance. I don't remember what the balance was before. It was on the 120 something, so that shows there, but let's make sure that the transaction happened correctly here. And there we go. These are my two previous attempts. I forgot to multiply it times 100 because these amounts are in cents. So I updated that, and then I got the $5 transaction, and then just now we got the $10 transaction into that account. So you can see in here all of the accounts that are linked, and you can see all of the transfers that happen. So right now we're able to withdraw money with no problem. So the demo part is sort of done with a few hiccups, I guess, but it's done. So let's talk about possible improvements. So this system, this Stripe Connect, is extremely powerful. They have a pretty good API. Let me see if this page will take you there. Yeah, this is the Connect API. You can create accounts all via API, and you can create standard accounts, express accounts, as well as custom accounts. So if you read this information, basically what it tells you is you can do all that and no problem, and the user doesn't have to see anything. The problem with that approach is there is some cost involved with creating the custom accounts. But the cost is not the only problem. The cost is only about $2 per month per user that is active. So, assuming that the platform is profitable enough, $2 per user that withdraws money on that month is not that big of a deal, because you can just charge them $2 per transfer to withdraw money. So that's not a big deal. The problem really is on the legal side. So right now, all that form that we saw on Stripe was collecting legal information that Stripe needs to do the taxes. So if you're using the custom integration, right, you need to save all of that information on your end. So those are the two limitations. So because we're sort of limited on a time frame for the integration, this sort of integration is workable. You can work with that, but you can also consider it a proof of concept. So it can be done. You can make it better, right? And, you know, it's a viable solution. Now, if that works for the product owner or doesn't, and it's going to stick with the project or not, I don't know. But at the very least, you know, you can withdraw the money, you can deposit money, so this kind of transactions are completed right now. So if you have any questions about the Stripe in general or payments information whatsoever, please contact me. Here's my contact information. If you have questions about the project itself, please contact the product owner, Dr. Masoud Sayadi. Thank you so much for watching.